What if I told you that right now, at this exact second, the exact same thing could be selling for two completely different prices in two different places? Picture this. One screen shows the price at $100, another screen with the same identical asset for $105. You could, in theory, buy it for $100 and instantly sell it for $105. No need to wait months for the price to go up. No hoping the market moves your way. Just a gap that already exists. That is called arbitrage. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how it works, why those gaps appear in the first place, and most importantly, why almost all the easy money has already been vacuumed up by professionals. Welcome to Martin Finance, where we explain investing concepts in a simple way. But first of all, a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Back to our example. If an arbitrage trader, or most likely a computer, buys on exchange A for 100 and sells on exchange B for 105, assuming everything executes perfectly and ignoring fees for a second, that's $5 profit per unit. That's why people call arbitrage risk-free profit. But hold that thought. We'll come back to how risk-free that really is later. This is classic spatial arbitrage, the simplest and most intuitive form. But first of all, if markets are supposed to be super efficient, why would the same thing ever trade at two different prices? Great question. Here are the main reasons. First, different exchanges. Crypto exchanges, stock exchanges in different countries, they don't all move at exactly the same speed. Second, different locations or regions. An asset might be slightly cheaper in one country because of local supply, taxes, or capital controls. Third, time delays and information lag. News hits one exchange a fraction of a second before another. Big players see an order book update before the public feed does. These tiny imperfections create brief windows, sometimes milliseconds, sometimes minutes, where prices don't match. There's several types of arbitrage, but here are some of the big ones you'll hear about. Spatial arbitrage, what we just covered, same asset, different places or exchanges. We also have triangular arbitrage, which happens in forex markets. You start with one currency, for example, $1. You exchange it for euros, then exchange euros for yen, then yen back to dollars. Sometimes, due to small discrepancies in exchange rates, you can end up with more than $1. Finally, risk arbitrage, also called merger arbitrage, happens when a company announces a takeover. Usually, the stock of the company being acquired trades slightly below the acquisition price. Traders buy that stock, betting the deal will go through and the price will reach the acquisition level. It's called risk arbitrage because the deal might fail, which could cause the stock to drop. Now, you've probably heard the phrase risk-free arbitrage. In perfect theory, yes. In the real world, it's low risk, but definitely not zero risk. Here are the main things that can and do go wrong. Execution risk. By the time your buy order fills on the cheap exchange, the price on the expensive exchange has already dropped. Transaction fees. A 0.2% fee on each side can eat most of a 1 to 2% gap. Liquidity risk. There might only be $2,000 worth available at a good price, but you wanted to do $50,000. Withdrawal and transfer delays, especially in crypto. Moving coins between exchanges can take minutes, plenty of time for the gap to vanish. So yes, arbitrage is usually much lower risk than directional trading, but calling it truly risk-free is marketing speak. Today, the vast majority of arbitrage profits go to high-frequency trading firms, big hedge funds, proprietary trading desks at banks, or well-funded crypto market makers. Why them and not you or me? They have co-located servers next to exchange matching engines, giving them a microsecond-level speed advantage. They receive direct market data feeds, avoiding any lag. They have negotiated ultra-low trading fees. They have huge amounts of capital, allowing them to trade meaningful sizes without affecting the market. They also have teams and automated systems monitoring thousands of trading pairs continuously. So by the time a retail trader spots a price gap between two market screeners, it's usually already been arbitraged away. Think about what happens the second a gap appears. Arbitrageurs buy on the cheap side, which pushes the low price higher. They sell on the expensive side, which pushes the high price lower. The two prices literally move toward each other because of the arbitrage itself. In liquid markets today, that convergence often happens in milliseconds. The beautiful irony is that arbitrage traders are the main force that makes markets efficient in the first place. It prevents one exchange from drifting way out of line with everyone else. It improves overall liquidity. It forces prices to reflect true supply and demand more accurately. If you enjoyed the video and want more breakdowns like this one, please drop a like and subscribe to help me grow the community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.